It's Monday. Last time I filmed last time I filmed was um Friday? Was it Friday? I think it was 3 days ago. Maybe Thursday. Yeah, I think it might have been Wednesday or Thursday. No, I think it was Thursday. So um I want to try to rely on my actual memory rather than a book. So to update the last couple days, um on Friday, we grocery shopped and we ended up going to my surprise, mom ended up going to Grocery Outlet. I did not think she would go to Grocery Outlet. Um, I thought for sure she'd go back to Fred Meyer because obviously, our first grocery trip back from Montreal was Winco. So I thought for sure, and I thought for sure after the annoyance of Winco, she'd want to go back to Fred Meyer. But no, we went to Grocery Outlet. So unfortunately, I couldn't really get as much good freezer stuff and fridge stuff. The only reason why I say that about freezer stuff is because honestly, the last couple times we have been to Grocery Outlet, the freezer selection has been really mid. Like it has not been a very the freezer selection has not been very good at all. So I don't know what gives. Usually, usually Grocery Outlet would have weird stuff, but the stuff would still usually be good. But um just the stuff that they've been having has just been meh. Um like I was, when we went, I was at a point where I was just getting stuff so that I could get freezer stuff, you know? Um so but we got groceries. Um so I think that was pretty much the rest of that day. No. Wait. No. No, it wasn't actually. So, so we grocery shopped. And then I decided since I was up early that I would just do the nickel box hunt on Friday. So I did the nickel box hunt on Friday, and as a reminder, that was the box with the holes in them. Um, so I finally got to hunt my first box ever of that type of box, at least locally. But my first type of box of nickels that I've got to hunt of that type. And unfortunately, there's good news and bad news. The bad news, I always like to share the bad news first. The bad news is there weren't very many fines. Like there were maybe less than 15 fines, total fines in the box. So it was not the best box as far as quantity goes, but I did find a silver nickel. And I will show it to you just for a second. There you go. 1945 or 1944 S. And that was about halfway through the box. So it was kind of weird because it kind of honestly just felt like a ho hum box with a silver nickel in the middle. Like I don't know. It was a very strange. It was a very strange hunt. Um. So there were only other notable things. There was a 59 Philly, which was a little bit lower minted, but not a key or semi key. And then there was one of the rolls had a 5 cent coin from Spain. And then there was a Canadian nickel. But the only reason why I'm mentioning that is because I don't find foreigns and nickels nearly as much as I do. Obviously, pennies and even dimes and quarters. I'd say even dimes and dimes especially. Even I'd say dimes and quarters. I find foreign coins more. Um, so, but I look the way I set up my camera, it looks like the Stacy's Smorgasbord video. Only I'm a little bit further away. So no. Unfortunately, in that video, I announced another vacation trip. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna do any. I don't think we're gonna do any more. Just because things have been just, the money is not money. I wouldn't say money has been tight, but just the prices of things have been crazy. And just last night, mom had an issue with like the area under the sink, and so it looks like we're gonna have to call a plumber. And obviously, we just got back from a flight, so that's a lot of costs. And meaning that mom isn't, she's not wanting to do a lot of like stuff that's involves spending money, and I don't blame her. Um, so we haven't, August so far, obviously post Montreal, we probably aren't, we're probably not doing as much as we normally would if we hadn't gone to Montreal. Um, so honestly, if we hadn't gone to Montreal, that whole fiasco about, me not going on the walk probably wouldn't have, well, probably wouldn't have happened. But yeah, so um, I just don't think it's gonna happen. Um, so but I'm happy we got to go to Montreal in the summer again, because um it's like when we went in 2023 in the winter, that's recent enough where I still have clear memories. But obviously the last time we went in the summer was 2019, so I don't have clear memories of how it looked when it was all like, nice at the beaches and warm outside and stuff. Um so that was also nice. Um so yeah. Mom does. It looks like she does want to get to the lake again, which I'm. It's one of those things. I was kind of. I think I might have said it in another video that I'm kind of like. I'm kind of swimmed out for the summer, but if we do go to the lake again, which I'm not gonna protest going to the lake again. I just hate how gross I felt after, and I don't know if that's worth swimming. Just how gross I felt. Um, but meaning so if we do go to the lake again, I'm probably still going to encourage to go to the lake again. But if we do go to the lake again, then I'm probably going to go out of the water a lot sooner than than mom and Chris do. Like I'm probably going to, I'll probably go out the same time as them, like when we go and eat lunch, because usually what we do is we go in the water, then we go out and eat lunch, and then we go back in the water. So I think I'm probably just gonna stay out of the water once once we eat lunch. I'm still trying to convince mom to get Subway or something to take, but I don't think she'll do it. But so this is I kind of have a situation today that's kind of it's kind of one of those situations that I have explained when I did my Instagram lives, where it's like it's a disadvantage, or it's like it's an advantage that gives me a disadvantage. Like it's you probably everyone has probably had an instance in their life where they've gotten something that advantages them, but it also creates an inconvenience. And that's when I went to the Chase today. So I knew we were probably going to do a walk, so I don't know why I went up so late last night. But I knew we were going to do a walk. But I thought we were going to, I didn't even think of asking mom to take me really quick. Well, I think I did, but I think I dismissed it because Um, I didn't want to make it seem like I was doing my banks then. And I think because of that, I forgot about it. But when I remembered it again, I was like, you know what? I'll just ask and then I'll say, I don't mean to do this for the banks. I mean just to ask. So, so initially in my mind, I was like, okay, so we're gonna walk, and then I'm gonna walk up to Chase later. But Mom ended up going to the library, so we didn't end up really doing a traditional walk. But it doesn't really matter. Like now that I am only showering in the morning if there's nothing pressing, like that is my new change of schedule. Obviously it might change during the fall when when I'm working somewhere or in college or something, at least hopefully. Um, because despite what the rest of my family might think, I am itching to get out of here. I'm not just I don't necessarily enjoy all this couch potatoing. I know my sister probably thinks I'm just some fat couch potato, and she's over there doing stuff, and my parents probably subtle may not openly, but they probably subtly feel that way. Despite what they may think, I do want to get out and do some stuff, but I just am so stressed. I'm just so daunted by how complicated everything is. Like that's my main thing, honestly. Like with college and the so college, it's how complicated all of the like application process and loan getting and stuff is. I don't know how Lauren managed to slip through that so easily. And then getting a job, companies don't budge these days. So it's like I don't just sit here all day because I necessarily want to. I mean, some a lot. I'll be honest. Some days I do, like a lot of days I do, but that's just because I've gotten to a point where I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can while I can't do anything. Anyway, so enough of that. So um, we didn't end up doing like an actual walk, but as I said, I'm changing my showering regimen where I'm only gonna shower when I wake up if there's nothing pressing. Um, But if it's something where mom's calling me like, oh, we're gonna go do this, or it's not like or if I'm going to the bank or something, um, the only exceptions were obviously well in Montreal, I was still showering in the morning, but I think Montreal's an exception, and also the travel days were an exception. The day we left for Montreal from home was another exception because obviously I didn't think if it's a day where like we're good like because the thing is obviously what's different about vacations is obviously I'm not going to be home at the end of the day. So, and it's like obviously with Montreal, with how long we'd be out, and because we were at my grandma's house, I knew I wouldn't get to shower at any other point in the day. So um, the only time when we would have something pressing, and I do still shower in the morning, is if I know I'm not going to be home the rest of the day. Or I know I'm really not gonna have any time, or I'm just gonna be so beat by the end. But it's like going to the lake. I know I'm gonna be dirty, you know, walking, going to the bank, going to the grocery store. Like those are things where there's no point in making my mom wait. I could just shower, and I may shower when I get back. I may end up showering in the late afternoon. Um, but I know that it technically messes up my schedule because at least I'll say one thing. I may have my sleeping schedule may be messed up as heck, but at least I kept my shower schedule in check. Um, but I just like it this way, you know. And I know once I get more comfortable doing this, it'll feel natural. Um, so yeah. Anyway, so we ended up going to Rogner Park, and we ended up going to the library first, and so I was planning on getting a drink from the vending machine, which I ended up getting a regular Dr. Pepper, but that's only because they didn't have any regular Pepsis. They had like Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, um, and Diet Dr. Pepper and regular Dr. Pepper. So I was like, ugh. So anyway, and then we walked around for a bit, fed the squirrels, and then I'm gonna move this up a little bit because I don't want to. Um, so we did that, and then and then we left, and um, so mom and Chris actually ended up going in the chase too, because um, they were gonna deposit Chris's Canadian money, so they did that. So here's the thing that kind of threw me for a loop though. Um, when obviously I went in there and I was relieved because Ty, the teller that was kind of didn't let me get boxes. Um, she was there, but she wasn't in like one of the regular teller booths, and I didn't see Lisa there either. So I was relieved. So I walked up there thinking all I would be doing is placing placing an order for a box of nickels. And I ended up deciding I wanted to try getting a box of dimes too, hoping that either they're 2026 dimes or circulated. I really hope they're not 2025s or anything. Um, but that's for next week. So I went up there thinking I would all I would be doing is ordering a box of nickels and maybe seeing if they had any other customer app coin. Um, and I think what they meant, I think what Tatiana ended up doing was she ended up managing to order the box of nickels for this week. And so because I was still there to place an order and they still seemed willing, I said, why not do a box of dimes? So, I should be going up there. I'm probably gonna have to, well, it's kind of annoying because I might go up there next Monday and ask. Maybe if they don't have the box by then, ask them what day I should come pick up which day, what day I should go to pick it up. Um, so they actually had the box of nickels for me, literally like you know, within less than 48 hours of me hunting my last nickel box. I just got another one, guys. It's not a box with holes in it. It's a Loomis box, which is which is the last time I got a box of nickels from this chase. I think it was a Loomis box. Although, no, maybe I'm thinking of Federal Way because I got that one time I got that box of nickels at Federal Way, and it was a Loomis box. Um, but yeah, it was sealed, so I knew that it was not hunted. What I would hate though is I was thinking about this. I wonder if coin roll hunters are gonna start sealing the boxes with glue. Like, I'm surprised I haven't encountered that. Because that would be so tricky and annoying. Um, but so it was a sealed Loomis box. So I took that, and then they had I think like 4 or 5 rolls of nickels, a roll of dimes, and then they actually had 2 rolls of pennies. Um, I've kind of been itching to hunt more quarters though because you know, really want to find one of those 2026 ones. Um, any of them, honestly, but obviously, especially the ones with the, one of the ones with the Privy Mark. Um, but um, but yeah. So um, Dad's coming home. But yeah, so the reason why that's a problem. The reason why that's a problem is because now I have another box of nickels. Like, what am I gonna do with that? And the thing is, in my mind, I have two options. Um, One is just hunt it tomorrow. But the problem is, I was wanting to wake up early tomorrow because I know Mom and Chris and Lauren will be gone for a doctor's appointment. So I wanted to take advantage of that and watch on the TV and have some time to watch on the TV in the morning. Because I don't really have that opportunity in the summer. Um, and I didn't take advantage of that opportunity when they were still in school because, I was still waking up, later. But so that's the thing. I'm kind of tempted to save it because, it's like I just made another $130 from my grandma's, from the Canadian money. Um it's just the customer app rules that I'm really kind of debating about. Um yeah, cuz like the box of nickels I could just save. Um so yeah, like I could just hold on to it. But um the nickels, I'm having an easier time figuring out what to do with them than the customer app rolls because um like if Renton is where I'm going, and considering how absolutely terrible, well, not absolutely terrible, I mean, well, kind of, considering how unhappy I was when we went to Renton, I think the official last time Dad took me, um, I I don't know if I can't remember the last time Dad took me. I know it's been I know it's been forever since Dad since he's taken me. But I don't know, it might also feel like forever ago because we've been doing a lot of stuff. But it's one of those things where I kind of want to just hold on to Renton was so terrible last time I went there. Um, so I might honestly just keep the customer app rolls too. It's just annoying because that's 100, and because the thing is, there's a roll of dollar coins too. Um, I don't know. I think I might. What I might do is I think I might bring the roll of dollar coins with me unhunted. Like, not hunt the roll of dollar coins, but bring it with me, and so that if it looks like by the end I'm gonna need the cash, then I'll hunt it really quickly. But if not, then I'll just keep it. So I think I might do that. Not hunt it, but bring it with me. Um, so I think that's what I might do. Just because Renton was just so tough last time. Um, and I don't know for sure that Mom will let me go to two branches. I mean, I think she will because she let me go to two in Kent, and she's been to the areas she's been to the areas of the other banks. So it's not like she doesn't know where these chases are because she's witnessed Dad taking me to them a couple times, and she's taken me to them once. So, but it's just I think that's what I might do because I just don't know if I can hunt another box of nickels. Plus, it's like I don't know if this is gonna be. I mean, the other thing that I'm kind of hopeful about is, honestly, when I was talking about the nickels, Ty eventually came over, and I mean, she didn't really like. I couldn't really hear much of what she said. She didn't really say much to me, but judging by what the other tellers were saying, I might. I don't want to get my hopes up because I could be just misinterpreting, and I was trying to ask, but they didn't really give me an answer, so I don't know. But there's a chance I might occasionally be able to start ordering boxes. Um, because clearly they can. Clearly they can, and clearly it doesn't, screw up the whole bank. But yeah, I might do that because I might just hold on to the nickels, and because the thing is, it's you know I'm trying to think of, because the thing, so it's 100, because obviously I'm gonna be returning the $100 in nickels, the other $100 in nickels, right? So with the $100 in nickels, and I also have like $40 in cash, and obviously the money in my account, it's probably like $300 to $350 I have. I don't know. I might go to McDonald's today because it's the middle of the day, and I was, because the thing is, I assumed that, okay, I assumed that, okay, I'm going to I'm walking up to the Chase by myself. And I probably would have ended up stopping at Hagen or Walgreens or something and getting sodas, but obviously I didn't end up doing that, so I think I might go to McDonald's. So unfortunately, that's going to be another like $30 down the drain. But I also want to maybe. I also am thinking about messaging Coin MS66 on Instagram again because he's the one who bought my silver last time, and I want to message him just to see if I have a vessel to sell my silver through. Because as you guys might know, I don't have, I'm not meeting Joe anymore. So, I mean, honestly, I don't see when I'm gonna meet with him again because I've I've messaged with him and he's occasionally gotten back to me, but he's got, he's gotten back to me saying the same kind of stuff. So, I'm gonna need another avenue to sell my silver at. Where's those few other rolls? Where do I put those other rolls? Sorry guys, I'm trying to find where I put those other coin rolls. Did I leave them in here? I don't think so. Where did I put them? Did I leave them over there? Maybe I left them over there. No? Where the hell did I put them? Those other custom wrapped rolls. Because I have the ones I got just now. And then where are they? Oh my god, I literally cannot find them at all. Again, they're not in here. Found them. So So yeah, I'm gonna just bring this with me. Hmm. I don't know. Because the thing is, I don't know. Because the thing is, clearly, what motivates me the most to go to McDonald's is hunger. And I was the reason why I was tempted to go was because, I went to McDonald's that other time and all I got was that $5 meal deal. And it kind of, and it left me, still wanting Mickey D's. And um our grocery, shopping wasn't that great. Grocery Outlet didn't have a whole lot of stuff. So, like, should I just go there? There is also Taco Time. There is also Taco Time. And sometimes that ends up being a bit cheaper. I'm like, oh, I might go there. That actually sounds really good too. There, I also have a lot more privacy. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go to Taco Time. It also usually ends up being just a tad bit cheaper. So I'm gonna go there. I don't want to keep this on too long, only because I want to have some battery for watching videos in there. But oh, by the way, guys, when I was clearing out this, organizing that this right there, I found these blue shorts again that I like to wear when I'm going to be doing a lot of walking. And they actually hold stuff in the pockets, so. Mom, I'm going to Taco Time, just to let you know.
Okay.
Want me to get you a crispy burrito? Yeah. Oh. Alright. I thought I'd tell her this time. So I haven't walked to Hagen